Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Oh, it never fails. Anytime there's a choice between standing up for safety for the American people or defending criminals and illegal aliens, Democrats always, 10 out of 10 times, seem to pick the wrong side. And you know, it's one thing to initially grandstand, but it's another to continue perpetuating this farce months after the fact. And well, of course, that's exactly where we are with this Kilmar Abrego Garcia case. I got like 5 or 6 things to show you guys. Really, we gotta tackle all the lying, manipulation, and gaslighting coming out of the left. Let's talk about it, folks. This video, Kilmar is headed to Uganda. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so you guys saw this, I'm sure, a couple days ago. Kilmar Abrego Garcia was reunited with his family back on American soil. And the left was staging this as some sort of big victory against Donald Trump's fascism. The innocent Maryland man has finally achieved justice. This poor innocent victim who fell prey to Donald Trump's fascism has finally been brought back home. Well, obviously, that never made any sense, considering his home is in El Salvador, but it's obvious what the Democrats are trying to do here. After losing so spectacularly on this issue, they're trying to redefine the story. I guess they're hoping that people have goldfish memory and they're simply gonna move on from all the facts in this case and just get swept up in the emotion. But it really wasn't all that long ago now, wasn't it? I guess they just want us to conveniently forget that he was in the country illegally. He had a standing deportation order. The courts found that he had confirmed connections to MS-13. He was arrested with local gang leaders, completely decked out in gang clothing. He has a tattoo on his left knuckle that literally is deciphered as MS-13. And on top of that, he was tied to human trafficking. Plus now apparently we're learning for Kristi Noem that he had once solicited inappropriate photos from minors.
Remember, this is no Maryland father, no Maryland man. This is not the average typical person that the Democrats and elected officials have said and tried to portray that he is. He is a terrorist. He is a wife beater. He is someone who has trafficked individuals and even solicited minors for nude pictures and for, pornography. He's a horrible individual who needs to be held accountable for his crimes. Yeah, it seems the Democrats want you to forget all of that, just erase it from your mind, and just buy into their pathetic little dishonest Maryland man narrative. Yeah, how about no? You know, I'm sick and tired of the manipulation. That's obviously what's been going on this entire time. This guy's got a history of domestic abuse. He's a known gang member. There's a court document showing his wife's ex-husband clearly identifying him as a gang member. He's been accused of domestic abuse as well. His wife filed for a restraining order against him. But they want to convince us that he's a good guy. Oh, he's just a good guy. A Maryland man who just wants to trabajo. It's pure gaslighting from start to finish. Whether it's the Democrats gaslighting us or whether it's Kilmar gaslighting us. I mean, let's start off with his fake asylum claim to begin with. He claims that he can't go back to El Salvador because he faces violence and persecution there. Well, obviously that's nonsense, but then at the same time, it's like, okay, you don't want to go back to El Salvador. Well, you clearly don't qualify for asylum. He hasn't made a legitimate case. And so I don't know what to tell you. You don't want to go to El Salvador, and clearly you can't stay here, and so I guess you're going to Uganda.
It is preposterous that they would send him to Africa, to a country where he doesn't even speak the language, a country with documented human rights violations. So the government's decided to use the immigration system to punish him by sending him to Uganda. We're going to fight tooth and nail against any form of deportation to Uganda, South Sudan, Libya.
And it seems like Homeland Security is now confirming that. Here's a post from Homeland Security's official government X account. Today, Secretary Noem announced that ICE arrested Kilmar Abrego Garcia and he will be processed for removal to Uganda. Of course, the left is so outraged, but I'm not. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. What do you want me to tell you? You don't want to go back home? Clearly your asylum case is fraudulent and you're an illegal migrant. You're obviously a criminal engaged in human trafficking and other crimes. You gotta go somewhere. I guess your options are CSOT or foreign African country. But of course the emotional left will tell you, what do you mean? He's an asylum seeker. Of of course, because if somebody claims asylum, if somebody claims that they're being persecuted, well, that's all the evidence that the left needs. These naive, bleeding heart liberals. But I don't know, it's kind of hard to believe a known gang member, a woman beater, now we're learning, minor abuser, and it seems also somebody who has a history of lying. Remember when Kilmar Abrego Garcia was playing the victim and he claimed that he was being abused and starved in El Salvador? He was under inhumane conditions, they claimed. Well, then what happened? Nayib Bukele, the president of El Salvador, released an internal prison security video showing us Kilmar Abrego Garcia's quality of incarceration, let's call it. He was in a clean environment, he was being fed. Frankly, it seemed like he was in good spirits. I don't think he was a political prisoner being abused and tortured. Yet that's what his legal team was releasing to the media. So we're supposed to believe this guy, this clear liar, the guy who was supposedly married to a US citizen who could have tried to go through the proper channels of immigration but didn't, which is already a red flag to begin with. The guy who also beat his wife and had a restraining order applied to be placed against him. The guy who violated the American border. The guy who engaged in illegal activities while illegally in the United States, like human trafficking and probably more crimes. I mean, come on. This guy's not credible. Not even close. It's nothing but manipulations of the facts. But of course, none of that matters. No, ignore all of that and just appeal to emotion. Kilmar and his family are crying and a bunch of boomers are singing for his release in Washington.
Kilmar is our neighbor. You can't have him, Trump. No! Kilmar is our neighbor. You can't have him, Trump.
And so I guess you're supposed to throw the facts in the garbage, ignore all the evidence, ignore the court documents, ignore the body cam footage showing him committing an actual crime, ignore all of it, the inconsistencies of the statements from him and his wife as well, and just buy the orange boogeyman narrative, side with the Democrats so you can feel all warm and fuzzy inside, collect all kinds of virtue signaling points online, political brownie points. Yeah, how about no? How about never? How about no MS-13 gang members being allowed to illegally immigrate into the country and face no consequence? I reject the left-wing premise, I reject the left-wing lies, and I'll tell you I won't lose a single night of sleep over Kilmar being deported to Uganda. Like I said, you can't stay here, don't want to go to El Salvador, well, you gotta go somewhere. And to all the other illegal MS-13 members, my message to you is self-deport now before you end up in Africa. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.